focused on securing their first win. Bulls, Grizzlies, just moments away.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
A good Friday night to you, sport. GA, it's all yours. Yeah, and he has their confidence. David, thank you. And a chance now to look at the schedule for the Bulls. On Saturday, they'll take on Kevin Love and the Toronto Raptors. And then on Monday, they'll go up against C.J. McCollum and the New York Knicks. Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. Seth Curry is out there with Young. Then there's Draymond Green. Then there's Kelly Oubre. And it's Valanciunas in at the center, filling out the middle. And for Memphis, Griffin is out there with Bridges. Then it's Russell. Then it's Barrett. And it's Jokic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
At 6'7", Draymond's always capable of skying up for slams like that one. A new Memphis head coach. 3 of the last...
Wow! And so Young will bring it up for the Bulls. Here's Curry. That's in, coming off the assist from Young.
And right out of the gates, they are locked and loaded. 3 straight scores early.
Here's Russell. Rebounded by Valanciunas. The Bulls have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Curry passes to Green. Nikola Jokic grabs the miss.
And really, despite that miss, they've had a solid start offensively.
And it's off the back rim, no good.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Young passes to Valanciunas. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. They get it again. Oubre outside. Connects from three-point range.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Russell gets that one to fall after missing his first 2. 1 for 3 from the field.
An active competitor, Russell won't go down without a fight, especially around the rim.
Bridges with the steal. Russell against Young. Bridges, no one around him. Misses the 3. Chicago's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. To the inside. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. So Memphis ends up going with the new group. Chicago also making some changes. Doug McDermott, he's checked in for Draymond Green. Otto Porter Jr. comes in for Kelly Oubre. And Satoransky's subbed in for Seth Curry. Harris's shot is good.
Well, that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Reason why it takes extra energy to do it. You have to trust your defensive rotations, but it's worth it. Not sure if that's the shot you were looking for, but it's a fairly clean look. Almost have to take it.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
Here's Young. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Well, shot missing. It's a tie game in Memphis.
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Especially at the start. You want to get something positive going and establish your rhythm.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So on the floor for Memphis. They've got Batum. Washington out there with Favors. Then it's Jones. And it's Harris in at the 2. And Young, here we go. Ilyasova, no one around him. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Even when plays, Steve, aren't being run for them, certain guys always get a lot of their points on tip-ins and putbacks. They're always right there. Who catches your eye in that category?
Andre Drummond, for sure, Kevin. He's phenomenal on offensive glass. Rudy Gobert, Al Horford, he gets those timely tip-ins.
He does, you're right.
And look at another guy is Whiteside. When he's engaged, he can. Marvin Bagley is a newer name and he's fantastic at that as well. Easy look for mid-range. He won't miss many of those. Lazy effort defensively.
Here's Washington. Off target from outside. And so Young will bring it up for Chicago. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
And a lot of that was game plan, putting guys in a position to succeed, particularly on the offensive end.
They understood what the defense was trying to take away and game planned a great strategy to take advantage of it.
Jones, no one around him. Off target with his three. For Chicago, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. That puts them in the lead.
And now you can see the D having problems stopping the mid-range jumper, just not really closing out as much as they need to.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
Yeah, what we saw in that game and what you see around the league is a questionable dependency on the triple.
You know, if you're cold from range, there are other ways to score. You can post up, dribble drive, get out in transition.
So Memphis ends up going with a new group. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group. Jonas Valanciunas, who's checked in for Ilyasova. Draymond Green comes in for Doug McDermott. Kelly Oubre's checked in for Otto Porter Jr. And Curry subbed in for Trae Young.
He's pretty good at catch and shoot. You know he's feeling it right now.
Outside, Russell. Pass to Jokic. All sorts of time, and the jumper is good. Jokic has got his second bucket tonight.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Here's Valanciunas. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to be on Blake Griffin.
No one willing to step in front of Valanciunas. That's a big guy driving the lane.
And he sinks the second. 19 seconds left in the first half. Here's Russell, and the slam dunk by Russell.
And maybe not the most explosive athlete, but Russell has the ability to change pace and knows when to be aggressive.
It could go. No good on the last second attempt there. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Grizzlies lead by 1.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello back. For the Grizzlies, the first quarter was pretty even. During one stretch, they trailed by 7.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. It's been quite a game for Gary Harris.
I guess you could say his performance transcends the stat sheet.
Well, there are guys who worry about their numbers. He is not one of those guys, believe me.
And tipping off the second half, here's Jim Boylan's 5. Jonas Valanciunas is out there with Draymond Green. Then there's Kelly Oubre. Then it's Curry. And it's Young in at the point. Young against Russell. No good that time. And the Bulls going the other way now. And steady improvement, Smitty, for Lithuanian big man Jonas Valanciunas. You look at his per-minute numbers. Pretty impressive.
They are. He'll give you 20 and 10 with 30 minutes a night. But in today's game, it's so perimeter-oriented. Will he get that opportunity?
And that one falls for Young.
In his rookie season, a rough start shooting the ball for Trae Young. He came on down the stretch in a big way.
So looking it over. And it's Jokic missing.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
And some new records for Trae Young, the first rookie in NBA history with over 45 points and 15 assists in a game.
Kevin, also the fourth rookie since the merger to post 3 consecutive 35 points games. The others, Bernard King, Michael Jordan, and Allen Iverson. That's the company you want to be in. Terrific game plan coming out of halftime. A perfect 3 for 3 from the field.
Here's Russell. And nothing is falling for him right now.
Ouch. 5 shots without a make. That's a really ragged start coming out of halftime. How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies.
Well, last season, a season of change for the Bulls. They missed the playoffs with a 22-win season. And they did have a change of head coaches. Not the results many hoped for going into the year.
So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Derek Favors checked in for Jokic. Washington comes in for Blake Griffin. Harris is checked in for Bridges. And Jones subbed in for Russell. The Bulls also changing it up. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. McDermott comes in for Green. And it's Otto Porter Jr. in for Kelly Oubre. Smitty, as you said, the Bulls were a pick by many to compete last season.
Yeah, and this team, they continue to tinker with this roster. They made the trade for Otto Porter to be a part of their future. And you know what? The rebuild continues on.
Young's shot is off.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
You know, if you get the ball to the right guy in the right spot, more often than not, you're coming away with points.
It's Curry outside. Offensive rebound. Shoots the 3. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Young's got assist number 8 now on the night. The Grizzlies trail by 14. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Outside, Jones. Just 5 to shoot. Favors. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And there's the call. Chicago the foul.
Well, you know, he's the former 3rd overall pick out of Georgia Tech. Favors has made steady improvement, productive at the 4 and the 5 spot.
And now we're 3 minutes into the 3rd quarter of play. And Young kicks to Curry. Fires the 3. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
And guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time
and as we head into the 4th, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Bridges out there with Washington. Then there's Favors. Then it's Jones. And it's Barrett at the shooting guard. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Jones against Young. Jones the pass to Barrett. Fader on the way. And it's Chicago with the rebound.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Smitty, lately we're seeing more deep 3-pointers than ever before. Think you could step out to that 35-foot mark?
Hey, Kevin, I can step out there, but the question is, could I make them at a high percentage? And that's what's so beautiful now. You're seeing these guys step out further and further, but their percentage is higher and higher than it would be from others in my area shooting 35-footers. This is fantastic, but I do not want to see a 4-point line.
Well, credit them for maintaining that aggression, even being up this much.
They don't want to leave no chance for a comeback. Just focus on playing the right way.
And the Grizzlies with some changes. Jokic, he's checked in for Favors. Griffin comes in for Washington. And it's Russell in for Tyus Jones. The Bulls also changing it up. Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for Ilyasova. Draymond Green comes in for Doug McDermott. And Oubre subbed in for Otto Porter Jr. Shot clock at 6. Here's Russell. Oubre pulls it in. Chicago leading by 19 points. Here's Young. It's tipped.
This has to energize Barrett. He needs to keep bringing this type of intensity to the defensive end. And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for Chicago.
Two great rebounding teams.
And these guys worked just a little bit harder tonight, and that was the edge they needed.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Trae Young.
Ooh, he put on a clinic tonight. Terrific vision, sees the whole floor, and he hits guys in their spots with pinpoint dimes.
Shoots it. From the top of the key, he buries it. And the Bulls lead by 17.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
And guess what? It's going to be a fun flight home. Total team effort. Big win on the road.
And you gotta like that they found something positive here, something that maybe carryovers into the next game.
They put together some great possessions here at the end. It's a shame they could have used this run much earlier.
Russell passes to Batum, and here is O'Neal. Satoransky covering. And Bull wide open. He shoots. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Back to Young. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't